Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. My topic for today's video is about global corporation. What is global corporation? Global corporation, also known as a multinational corporation, is a company that operates in multiple countries beyond its home country. This corporation manage production or deliver services in more than one country and often have a centralized head office where global management is coordinated. Ang global corporation is kanang from the word is corporation na global is mag-corporate og mga kanang trade around the world, around the globally. The increased international trade has both created and been supported by international regulatory groups like WTO and transnational trade agreements like NAFTA. There is not a single country that is completely independent. All are dependent to some degree on international trade for their own prosperity. Without international trade, there will be no need for international regulatory groups. Without the international regulatory groups, international trade at the current massive scales will be impractical. The trade regulatory groups and agreements regulate the flow of goods and services between countries. They reduce tariffs, which are taxes on imports, and make custom procedures easier. This makes trading across national borders much more feasible. Walay kanang country nga independent, tanan jud nagdependent sa trade nga sa mga international trade o kanang mga kanang sa mga kanang mag-trade sila sa internationally nga sa lain-laing country, dili sila sa usa ka kanang lugar or country mag-distribute food sila o mag-manufacture sa lain-laing country para mas daghan og kuan ag kanang mas maka-income pa sila kay dili ra sila sa country nga nagbutang og mga company or ay mga products sila mo distribute na sa laing country para ang i-distribute nila ibaligya. Mao to ang kuan sa global corporations. Then these international trade agreements often benefits private industry the most. Companies can produce their goods and services across many different countries. For instance, you can have a backpack that was designed in the United States but the materials came from China. It was put together in Mexico, was shipped back to the United States to be sold. Kanang sa usa ka product kay mag-need putag mag-angkat tag mga kanang mga materials para makabuo tag usa ka product and then ato na i-distribute sa lain-laing country para kanang ibaligya. Dili ra mag-focus sa usa ka lugar nga imong i-distribute, imong dapat i-spread pa sa lain country. And then these companies that extend beyond the borders or one country are called multinational or transnational corporations. They are also referred to as global corporations. Ang multinational or kay or transnational corporations. So mas kanang gitawag nga global corporations mag-corporates globally sa mga sa mga products, sa mga ipang-distribute nila. And then they intentionally suppress the national voice and take advantage of opportunities in different countries to manufacture, distribute, market, and sell their products. Some globally corporations are ubiquitous, like McDonald's or Coca-Cola, and yet they still market themselves as American companies. Others can be surprising, like General Electric, which is based in the United States but has more than half of its business and employees working in other countries. Another example, sa like McDonald's or Coca-Cola, usa na sa example sa kanang nag-corporate globally, na siya kanang main nga kanang sa company, and then nag-distribute sila or nagpadagan sila produkto sa lain-laing country, like diri sa Pilipinas daghang mga McDonald's diri, mga Coca-Cola, which is kanang kuan jud siya sa main jud siya sa dito sa gawas mo yung katong kanang mag-producer, mga manufacturer. Another example is Ford Motor Company, the classic American car company headquarters in Michigan that manufactures cars worldwide. Ford is naanas diri sa Pilipinas nga mga baligya og mga cars, mga kasagaran, mga nindot og quality kay kanang ang original na nas gawa sa American company na siya na nag-distribute og mga products, mga like Ford, mga cars worldwide. Then transnational corporations have a significant role in the global economy. Some have a greater production advantages that an entire nation. They influence the economy and politics by donating money to specific political campaigns or lobbyists. They can even influence the global trade laws of international regulatory groups. Global corporations often locate their factories in countries which can provide the cheapest labor in order to save the expended in making of a product. As a result, developing nations will provide incentives like tax-free trade, product as a result, zone or cheap labor. The companies will set up shop in the country in hopes of bringing jobs and industry to villagered agricultural areas. This promotes more rapid advance in a developing nation because of the ideas and innovations brought over from the industrialized nation. It also makes nations around the world more independent, which minimize the potential for conflict. Ang global corporation is kanang mga factories nga mo provide silang mga cheapest nga mga labor para makasave sila kanang mga expenses para sa paghimo og product, ug nations kay makahatag og incentives like tax free trade ug mga kanang trabaho pud sa maong country. And then is, in the end, however, these incentives often hurt the working population of the developing nation. The upper classes may benefit from the business of this corporation, but the people working in the factories are exploited as their wages are cut. In addition, they are often prohibited from unionizing. It can even result in sweatshop conditions with long working hours, substandard wages, and poor working conditions. If the labor laws in the one country becomes too restrictive to the TNC, they can just move their factory to a new country, leaving widespread unemployment in their wake. Setting up factories in these developing nations may also hurt the core country with the TNC is based because many potential may also hurt the core country or it is based because many potential jobs are being sent abroad. The same thing happened when companies outsource their labor to other countries. Outsourcing has been enabled by technological advances, allowing im- immediate communication across the world and the ease of transporting people, um, goods, and informations. Where companies find people in other countries willing to work a lower wage, they will often employ them, which is good for the company because they save money, and it's good for the people in other countries because they now have a job. But it also means that the people in the core country are losing jobs and having difficult finding new ones. So sa koan kay ag og sa company kay ug makita sila kanang kanang mga people nga willing mo mo trabaho in a lower wage, uh, ilan ang ipa-employ in other countries willing to which is good for the company kay nay mga sila mga tao nga willing mo trabaho bisan og lower sahod, uh, mo yung makatabang pud sa ilang uh, good for good pud para na sa company para makasave pud sila kwarta and maka good pud na sa kanang sa usa ka tawo nga makatrabaho na sila o kanang sa makatrabaho na sila and kanang kuan sila nga stable na sila, dili na sila magmahadlok na sila nga mawadan og trabaho na ang sa kuan o kanang maglisod na sila og pangitag lain trabaho ug makuan na nila. There seems to be a lot of negative effects of globalization from transnational cooperation. Trade does promote the self-interested interested agendas of corporations and give them autonomy. The global corporation also influence politics and allow workers to be exploited. There are, however, positive effects. This include better allocation of resources, lower prices for products, more employment worldwide, and higher product output. Sa global cooperation is kanang masyog makahatag pud og positive effects sa mga country sa particular area or kanang sa kuanan sa maong business kay makahatag ni siya og kanang mga resources or kanang kuan nga mga kuan po sila kanang lower nga products makahatag pud og trabaho sa mga tao nga nangita og trabaho og kanang quality nga product. Then the changes a country experiences from international trade are not only economic. Many of the cultural changes are important and sometimes even more obvious than the economic changes the nation can experience as international trade becomes easier and more widespread. more than just goods and services are exchanged. Cultural practices and expressions are also fought between nations, spreading from a group to group. This is called diffusion. Ideas and practices spread from where they are new and not often observed. In the past, exploration, military conquests, missionary work, and tourism provided the means for the trading of ideas, but technology has exponentially increased the speed for diffusion. Nowadays, mass media and the internet allow the transfer of ideas also instantaneously. This is most common seen in the transmission of scientific knowledge and the spreading of the North American culture which dominates the internet. Dako kayo ang tabang sa kanang internet, sa global corporations and sa kanang pagpatakbo og sa kanang company and kanang products kay karon na sa atong generation karon is mas kuanta ka ng naani mga um, te- through internet through technologies we can easily negotiate, we can easily spread our products, we can easily to communicate people to to advertise and to sell our products in other countries, and there's a lot of way, it's easy to sell product, to export because of the advancement of the technology. And then international trade and global cooperation along with the internet and more global processes contribute to globalization because people and corporations bring their own beliefs, their traditions, and their money with them when they interact with other countries. These ideas capital can then be incorporated in other countries and thus change the cultures and economies of these foreign nations. Ug maora to sa global corporations, um, sa corporations that isa sa corporation nga nagpadag operations since kanang global, it corporates, um, it corporates globally like mga company, mga products, and etc. Oh, that will be all. Thank you.